With COD Zombies going into hibernation for the next 2 years, it leads us to search for other games to play in the meantime. And sure, people just play Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, or a bunch of other games, but one game in particular has caught the attention of many in the COD Zombies community. And it's a game that's not even announced yet, but who this game is made by is Deviation Games. Now, for the 5 people who don't know why so many people are interested in this unannounced game is because you guys remember Black Ops 3 and, Zombies. That was really cool. Well, the head of Zombies, Jason Blundell, he actually left Treyarch a few years back, and him and a couple other people started a brand new studio that goes by the name Deviation Games. So yeah, that's just one of the many reasons people are excited to see what they end up making. But as excited as people could be for this upcoming game, we really don't know that much about it. I mean, all we really know officially is that it's a new game slash IP, which obviously. Second, they signed a deal with PlayStation, so they're going to get support from them and probably also some sort of exclusivity. And finally, that production just started this year in 2022 at the very start of it. Now, the other two are kind of obvious why I would know that, but the last one you may question, why exactly do I know that's when production started? Well, that's because Jason Blundell literally told us at the end of December 22nd on a video uploaded to Deviation Games channel that they started up production at the start of 2022. And in other words, what this means is that the game has been in production for the last 9 months. Now, keep in mind, production and development are slightly different because development includes both production and pre-production. And pre-production is when you come up with all the different concepts of what the game is even going to be and how it's going to be, and obviously the marketing strategies, monetization strategies, and stuff like that. That's what happens in pre-production. And then production is when you start to build that game that you came up with in pre-production. And you may be thinking like, oh, that's cool information, but why did you have to share it? Well, it's actually important for what we're just about to talk about, because believe it or not, about 7 months ago, we had leaks for this game, but I really don't want to call them leaks since it is so early on, so I'm going to refer to them as rumors. And these rumors are interesting because when I originally saw these leaks, I thought they were just pretty broad and not worth talking about, but now thinking about it, it kind of makes sense because pre-production just wrapped up, and that's where they decide what the game is going to be. So it would make sense that only the broad ideas would be leaked. And because of that, I'm starting to think like there may be some fruit in these rumors. But of course, we will continue to carry a grain of salt with us. But with that said, what did the rumors actually say? Well, to start it off, they said it was going to be a first-person shooter game, which I guess makes sense because Jason Blundell has a lot of experience in FPS games, and I'm sure a lot of the people working with him also do, but it was still something we were unsure of. Another thing that these rumors said is that it was going to have a campaign and multiplayer mode, which once again may seem obvious to some people, but really we didn't know what this game was going to be. It could have been a third-person shooter, complete storytelling game. It could have been no multiplayer at all, but through this, it's telling us it keeps more of a, I guess, Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield style. It has the campaign, but then it also has its multiplayer on top of that, which would mean it'd probably be a competitor to games like that. And kind of the final thing mentioned, at least in these rumors for now, is that after the game launches, they plan to support it for years and years after that, which makes sense because that's one of the things Jason Blundell mentioned about how he didn't like working at Call of Duty, which, as we all know, Call of Duty does not let a game last for years upon years upon years. So all of this seems to at least somewhat make sense because, as I mentioned earlier, these are broad ideas, and it does make sense that things like this would be leaked after pre-production because there wouldn't be very many specifics because production had just barely started. So this seems to give us at least what the idea of this game is going to be. And the main thing I think we get from this is that it seems to be aimed to be a competitor at Call of Duty, which is definitely surprising because I personally did not think they would do something like this. Believe it or not, though, these rumors actually do continue on with one last thing, and what this is a possible release year for the game. And what the rumors are saying is that the planned release date is 2024. And if that is true, it would be insane because that's the same year Treyarch's releasing their next Call of Duty game. And imagine Jason Blundell drops his game the same year Treyarch drops their game. That would just be insane, especially if these games truly are competitors to each other. It would just be something that I personally wouldn't expect out of them. But I don't know, it'd be fun, that's for sure. But if I had to interject here with my own personal speculation on this situation, I'd have to say that honestly, I don't think it's pretty likely the game actually launches in 2024. Like, I'm just being honest here because that would mean that they would only have like 3 years of production put into the game, which is not a little bit of time. But from what we heard from Jason Blundell, kind of another thing he was trying to escape was the short development cycles from Call of Duty. So it wouldn't make sense that he would just continue to do that personally, I don't think. But on top of that, even if they did originally plan to drop the game in 2024, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to change that and drop it in 2025 instead. Because if this game truly is going to be a competitor to Call of Duty, wouldn't it make more sense to drop it in 2025 when there's not a Call of Duty game dropping, so it doesn't have to go direct head-to-head with it? Like, to me, that would just make more sense. And on top of that, you get an extra year of development. But I also know it's not as simple as that sometimes when it comes to development of games, and you have to fulfill certain obligations. But to me, I still think it would just make more sense to drop it in 2025. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see till they actually start revealing this game. And I did say that was all the rumors, but the last rumor that was mentioned in all this was that the game is rumored to be revealed before the year comes to an end. And honestly, I can't imagine they would reveal anything more than just the name of the game at this point, because as I mentioned, production of this game had only started this year, so I can't imagine they'd be doing a full reveal anytime soon. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, before I wrap this video up, I do want to mention just one thing about the actual game modes, and the fact that there was no mention of even a game mode similar to zombies. Not that we should expect like zombies should be in here. Like, there's no way in hell they're going to make zombies in this game because of so many legal reasons, but I at least thought they would do something similar, but it's not mentioned here, which could just because they've missed it in the leaks or that they're planning to add it later on. I'm not sure, but it is an interesting to take note of. Regardless though, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this entire situation. Are you guys excited for Deviation Games' next game? Do you guys think you'll actually be a competitor to Call of Duty? And do you guys think you'll have a game mode similar to COD Zombies? I'd love to hear all of those thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Regardless though, that's going to wrap it up for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to go catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever the heck it may be. And laters, guys.